Everyone. Myself Prashant Mithare. Hope many of you knows me. So today I have come to you with a different topic beyond traffic light towards zero defect. Now what is traffic light do? Traffic light are simple. They guide the vehicles on the road with a simple thing. Either you stop or you go cautiously or go. Let's look at the traffic light which goes on the roads. These traffic lights, does they control the traffic? Yes. Does it help vehicles to go in order? Yes. Does it minimize the gathering? Yes. Well, do they identify defective vehicles? No. When it comes to the garment manufacturing, there is a similar system of traffic light which is implemented in the quality management system on the sewing floor. I'm not trying to describe the traffic light system here because what I'm trying here, assuming you guys already know what is the traffic light system and how should you take it further. Let's look at the garment traffic light system. Does it control the sewing line traffic? No. Does it help the garments to move in order? No. Does it minimize the gathering? No. Do they identify defective garments? Yes. So the traffic light system in the garments industries, which is implemented in the sewing, is to give awareness to the production team, awareness to the industrial engineering team, awareness to the quality team, and everybody together to provide the solution. But what happens after that? Nothing. The people keep on doing same thing again and again and again. There is no leapfrogging. What is leapfrogging? It's just like frog stretching the back legs and taking the jump, not like a steady continuous improvement or immediate leap. Why? Because the people, when they operate in a particular system, how does it work? There is an identification in the sewing line by the flag with three colors: the color of green, color yellow, and color red. When we say everything okay, no defects found with the operators, we say it's good to go, green color flag. When there is a one defect found in 7 pieces or 5 pieces in any particular hour, yellow flag. That means what? Hey, there might be problem. Monitor this operation, monitor this operator. It might go out of control. Go cautiously. And when it is red, stop the process, stop the operator, show her how to produce, get the production team involved, get the quality team involved, get the IE team involved, get the solution, then move it. But I look at it in different way. It might be like a discrimination. The operator is not solely responsible to create the defect. There could be few more factors like material, the factors like machine adjustments, anything could be there. But when we put the red flag, we are further discouraging, demotivating that operator, and we do nothing to get that particular operation out of the red zone. So what I'm proposing here, a different way, just thinking out of the box. Convert this traffic light system as an NPD, the needle point defects. Why needle point defects? Because these defects are not captured at the end of the line, but these defects are captured at that particular operation on the incomplete garment just after the process is finished. This NPD methodology, you set the line target that my NPD should be X percentage, develop the cap, corrective action plan to maintain this. And when we take this NPD through the traffic light system, there could be only two outcomes. Either this operator is very good with the green flag, or this operator is damn poor with the red flag. Now, in the current system or in a current scenario, I can say in a normal scenario, everybody concentrates on red flag, red flag operator who are the worst, and daily prepare the KPI. Next day, everybody forgets. Nobody is even looking after the operators who are creating a zero defect in the whole year, a whole month I can say. Let's say an operator is producing 100 pieces per hour or 100 operations per hour. Normal 10 hours working, 26 working days. That means 26,000 operations in 1 month. That particular operator had opportunity to create 26,000 defects in a month, and he's not creating a single defect. He's a gem. Take care of them, incentivize them. On the other hand, the operator who is worst, creating defects over defects, make the line supervisor, make the line chief responsible to convert them as a zero defect operator in 3 months. Make their KPI, and if somebody can do that, give him a cash reward. Make it like just incentivize it. That's a methodology. But certain rules are there. There might be some Western interest working here. So every defect has to be shown to the operator. Operator acknowledgement is must. Each defect noted must be acknowledged and signed by the operator. Checking of operations should be done in the next process. If there is a defect, immediately the next process, you have to check whether she is correcting or not. The line QA are fixed to the line. Try to change the line QA every 15th of the month. Why 15th? If we change on the 15th, every line will get 2 QAs in a month. So there will be parity, no partiality. And line chief involvement is must because he is ultimately responsible for the production. So how this NPD methodology? Record the data. I am not here to give any format. Just record the data unit wise, line wise. Operator wise, trace every defect to the operator. Note the every process. Mark down the details of the defects and mark the details of the machines. Why it will help? Because when you get the poor performers, who are the poor performers? The one who produce most number of defects throughout the month rated as poor performer. So when you get this data of the poor performer, you can understand whether it is a critical process or it is a normal process. You can understand whether the operator is a basic low grade operator, or I can't say low grade, basic low skill operator like a general or junior operator, or whether it is a senior level operator, and then make the line chief responsible, give a KPI to line chief, convert this operator as a zero defect operator in 3 months. And if he can do that, give him a cash reward. The handling process, simple, a simple no-brainer methodology. Analyze the defects, do the root cause analysis, develop the training need analysis, training need assessment for the operators, impart the skill upgradation training, and monitor the performance. And who are the zero defect operators? Zero defect operators are the one who do not produce a single defect throughout the month, but attendance is mandatory. It's not that somebody attends only 5 days or 6 days of work. Make your own criteria that okay, out of 26 working days, to qualify as a zero defect operator, somebody must be okay -6, so 20 days must be present, and that means no defects are found in the random sampling. So this zero defect operator should be, we should increase the number of zero defect operators, should be maximum. So KPI should be for entire team, entire production team, quality team, industrial engineering team, that maximize number of zero defect operators in the unit. Ultimate goal, leapfrog towards zero defect operator. Why? Why this should be ultimate goal to leapfrog towards zero defect operator? Because on an average, it takes 8 minutes to repair one defective. That's the statistics says, not me. So if you produce 100 pieces per day, that means 8 into 100, 100 minutes could be saved, and that 100 minutes can give us 8% more efficiency, or it can save over $80. There is a huge potential saving behind this. Think out of the box, and that's how we have to take the traffic light system to the next level. Thank you.